Hi, I'm Jenny, and welcome to April's Messages. If you haven't done or watched a message video with me before, I'm going to read the messages that are channeled first, and I really suggest that you put in some headphones and close your eyes so that you can kind of get your own interpretation and visual if you're a visual person, otherwise kind of letting the words sink in. So we'll start with that, and then I'll kind of go over my interpretation, and then we'll end with a card reading for the month of April. I'm really loving how the messages are really building upon one another. We've been asked to see clearly and to seek joy. And this month is all about beauty. And we're really being invited to look at beauty in a new way. So I'm going to read the message. And remember, if you're coming at this video at another time, they're universal and they're timeless. So anytime you watch this video, this message will resonate. April is about beauty. It is about focusing on beauty, and this doesn't mean being superficial or looking at things on a surface level. That is not beauty. Beauty is deep. It is inner. It is expansive. It is divine. Beauty comes from light and joy. It comes from a lightness inside, a willingness to leap into joy, to surrender into the moment, to see, to really see clearly what is right in front of you at this time. To be present. Beauty can only be held and witnessed and seen in the present moment. It can only be really felt in this present moment. There is a moment of awe, of inspiring, of a breath being taken away, a gasp by something or someone or some action that is just so beautiful. There is a mixture of emotions. There's joy and sometimes tears. There's so much within beauty. Beauty is not within the eye of the beholder. It is not superficial. Beauty is the real way, the God way, the beauty way, the divine way, the way of the universe. Every moment in your life holds beauty. Every moment can be reflected upon, and the beauty can be found right here, right now. As you sit here and listen to this message, there is beauty. There is beauty in the moment, in the luxury of time, in the ability of modern technology, in the beautiful connection between us and you and Jenny. There is so much beauty to be held in just a single moment. The only way you know it is there is if you are open to it, if you are willing to bear witness to beauty. Ask yourself, where is beauty in this moment? Where is the beauty right now, right here? Ask yourself what beautiful things you can do for the world. How can I add to the beauty of the world? How can I add to the beauty of my life? What is it that you find beautiful? What is so beautiful it moves you to tears? What is so beautiful you are overwhelmed by it? You feel like being on your knees and surrendering to it. This month, ask yourself about beauty. Seek it, witness it, relish in it. Let yourself be seen as beautiful, vulnerable, and real. Let the beauty happen. Let it be within you. Let it guide you. Let it wrap around you like a shawl made of stars. Let yourself float up into the heavens with the elation of witnessing beauty. Everyone is beautiful. How would you act? How would you do things differently in the day? How would you walk differently if you felt beautiful? If you just saw the beauty within yourself instead of the imperfections society has created for you, has told you aren't beautiful or aren't appeasing. Every soul is beautiful. That is what shines through. What if you saw yourself as a soul and then saw everyone you met as a soul? You would just see shining beauty everywhere, in everyone. You would feel the all-encompassing beauty of yourself, light and free and joyful. Invite beauty into your life. Ask yourself where you can create more beauty. Let yourself feel beautiful. Shake off the conditioning that tells you you are not. Let beauty lead the way. What a beautiful message, right? Without being kind of corny, but it really is. It really reminds me of the, hopefully I'm saying it right, the Dene the Beauty Way prayer. And I'm going to link to an article about that. But it's a traditional prayer, and it's all about walking with the beauty and seeing the beauty and living the beauty way. So it really, really resonated. It really reminded me of that prayer from that tribe. And I think because beauty has really been distorted in our country or Western society. It's been about magazines and diets and products, and it's been manipulated by media to sell a certain look, to sell certain products. You know, you can only look like this to be beautiful, and it's done a lot of damage to everybody. And I think this message for me is really about reclaiming the word beauty, you know, and not being about the beauty counter or the beauty area or health and beauty area of the store. It's like there in the message, it talks about how the beauty is internal. It's from the soul. Every soul is beautiful. And I think, you know, when we are being poetic or romantic and we talk about the eyes being the windows to the soul, and someone just has a light about them, or they light up, or their eyes are so beautiful, or I think that's a soul connection. You know, we see the soul within them, and that's what's beautiful. You know, there are people, I think, who are on the surface, technically, according to societal standards, pretty, but I think beauty is spiritual. And I think that's kind of they're trying to it's like we're reclaiming the word beautiful in this message. You know, it says it's not in the eye of the beholder. It's not about being superficial. It's about allowing yourself to feel beautiful. And I don't know, it just gives me so much peace, because I know growing up, I grew up in the Kate Moss era, and I am not a skinny person, like a super skinny stick, heroin chic person like her. And so that was really damaging to grow up during that time period when all the models were super skinny and airbrushed, and my body did not fit that. And, you know, there was a lot of pressure to have like flawless skin and this and that, you know, and all of that was fake. It was like airbrushed and done in this way. These were beauty standards that no one could ever meet in reality. And it's taken me a lot of spiritual work and therapy and like self-work to allow myself to be comfortable in my own skin. And I think that's one of the beautiful benefits of spirituality, is we start to move beyond the physical 3D world and move more into the spiritual realm, and we see how beautiful our own soul is, how beautiful divinity is, how beautiful other souls are. It's like it really gives us a deeper perspective, and it helps us shake off societal conditioning, like talks about in here. One of my favorite images in this has a lot of really good imagery, and I love the idea of you being wrapped. It says, let the beauty happen, let it be within you, let it guide you, let it wrap around you like a shawl made of stars. Let yourself float up into the heavens with the elation of witnessing beauty. And I saw people, you know, sitting on the ground and praying, and then being wrapped in this shawl of stars, and then just floating upwards, like with their heart space open and the shawl on them, and with like the smile on their face, very much like we've seen pictures of ascension of like Jesus Christ and those kinds of things. It was like that, and people just really feeling that. And I love the imagery of the stars too, because we're all made of stars, right? We're physically made of stars, but I think that we all have originated from the stars, from the heavens. And so it's like reminding you, like if you find the night sky beautiful, you're part of that. You know, if you find the earth beautiful, you're part of that too. Like you are part of the things that you witness and see as beautiful. And, you know, in also thinking of things like your eyes allow you to see the beauty. So even if they're not the shape and the color you think they should be because society tells you they should be, they work and they're beautiful, and they're able to let you witness beauty. You know, your ears allow you to hear beautiful music. It's like, it's really about, you know, going back to gratitude, which is one of our earlier messages, about being present. I like how it really reiterates, like, let's be present, because that's the only way we can witness the beauty. It's in this moment. Because when you think about, you know, a sunrise or a sunset, and you going out there and you're looking at the beauty, you can only witness it right there, right then. A flower only blooms for so long, and every flower is different. And you're going to witness this beautiful flower right here, right now. A butterfly floating by. It doesn't have the longest lifespan, like you're seeing it now, you know? And so when we look, I think it's important to look back on our life and kind of reflect on, this is the beautiful, there's been so much beauty in our lives. And then to look every day, you know, even if you're at work all day and it's maybe a gray sky and you don't particularly like where you live, there is beauty somewhere. And it's just, you know, it's kind of like a puzzle for you to solve. Like, how can you find it? And I think that, you can probably, it's picking up this little dog next door, barking. So nothing I can do about it. So sorry. But I think, you know, we really think about being beautiful, and what does that mean? You know, and like reclaiming that, like, I'm beautiful. It takes a lot of courage to say that. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are unkind in this world out of their own insecurities and fears and social conditioning that might attack someone for saying that. It's not something you have to go around saying to other people, but something you can say to yourself. It's a wonderful affirmation. I am beautiful, or my eyes are beautiful, my nose is beautiful. Like going through each body part and like cherishing what you have and being grateful for it. That helps you really connect with the beauty. And the other thing I wanted to say was that we evolved to see negative. You know, that's how our minds work. We're looking for problems. You know, is it safe for us to sleep here? Is there food here? Are there predators here? That's part of evolution. That's why humans are still here, right? And so our brains, our ego, the overprotective parent inside of us, is there all the time to point out all the negative. And that's how most of our brains work, right? There's complaining, there's negativity, like, oh, this didn't go well. And so what we have to do, part of like a spiritual path, is witnessing your thoughts and trying to override them. And I think beauty is a really great way to do that. It's like, okay, in this moment, you know, maybe setting an alarm on your phone 3 times a day, goes off and says something like beauty. And then, you know, okay, take a moment, take a deep breath, look around. Where's the beauty in this moment? And it starts to retrain the mind away from the incessant negativity, right? And it's so easy. It's so easy because that's what our minds are trained to do. They were evolved to do, to be negative. And so, you know, it's easy to be pessimistic. It's easy to see the ugly and the hurt in the world, and there's plenty of it to witness. But what if you purposely start looking for the beauty? You can start inviting into your life. Like if you can afford to get some flowers, if you can afford to paint a wall, if you know you can get to a park and witness spring, if you can, you know, really look at your loved ones, you know, really look at them and witness that beauty within them, I think overall our lives will be happier. And in spirituality, there's a lot of talk about raising your vibration, which basically means trying to keep yourself in these kind of higher level emotions like happiness and joy. And I think another, you know, we've learned already in these messages that gratitude leads us to there. And I think beauty is part of that process as well. Like, you know, you see the beauty, you're grateful for the beauty, you feel good. And it's all like a little connection. So I hope this message resonates with you. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And in a moment, we'll do a reading for the month of April. Okay, I'm using my Kyle Gray Mega Deck, which is a mixture of Keeper of the Light and the Archangels pulled out of Angel Purse. And I'm actually going to close my eyes when I pick cards because I don't want to, they're different colors, and so I'll know. So I'm going to ask, and these are all great because they're all going to be angels and ascended masters and saints and goddesses and gods. So there'll be some connections of maybe some people, some deities, some aspects of divinity that you can connect with for April. So what is it we need to know for April 2022. And this one as well. Okay, let's see what we have. So first we have Master Buddha. Says, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So, you know, we've been talking about waking up spiritually, and I think, you know, as you're going along with me, watching these videos, getting these messages, you're evolving, you're waking up more and more, and your awareness is really increasing. And then we're also being asked to increase our awareness of beauty. So I feel like that really connects. We have Melchizedek. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner studies now required to further the process. So if you have never read The Alchemist, I'm going to recommend that for the month of April. I'll put a link to it. It is about seeking out your personal legend, and Melchizedek is in that book. And it's all about, you know, really connecting to beauty and seeing the world around you, being in the present moment. So I'm going to link to that. But also it says you've learned from experience. So you have, like I said, I'm feeling like an evolving, like people watching this are spiritually evolved. You know, you're not just waking up, you're not new to this. Like there is some things you've already been through, some things you're already aware of. Okay, we have Archangel Shamuel, open your heart. Of course he comes through because we're being asked to open our heart to beauty, right? And he's wonderful to work with your heart chakra, your heart center. He removes those walls that so many of us have that keep us from really connecting with other people and with divinity. So he's a good one to work with. Lord Shiva, transcendence. So yes, I'm seeing like a lot of, definitely a lot of, you know, examples of you being of higher learning, of, you know, increased awareness, of transcendence. Like you're really evolving. And I think we're evolving a little faster now on the spiritual path. I think things are accelerating. I feel like there's a lot more leaps and bounds made, and we're having a lot more deeper, like a lot of connections where like suddenly like, aha, this makes sense. And so, you know, you're rising up. You need to honor that inner force, dance with the universe, which I love because we were I was shown people being wrapped in stars and dancing in the heavens and being up there. So definitely. And Lord Shiva, you know, if you are interested or know about Kundalini, I have a video about spiritual awakening, but that's his snake there, and it's all about that kind of Kundalini awakening. And our last one is Green Tara. It says supreme protection. You're protected, cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. So we're being asked to cut off societal conditioning, to feel and be beautiful and act as if we're beautiful, no matter what other people say. And she's here to remind you that you are protected in doing so. You know, when we make these changes, these spiritual changes, it can be scary because we feel kind of vulnerable. And she's here to remind you that you are protected on this path. She's got you just look anywhere that you listen to music, look up the Green Tara chants, and you'll find some really beautiful music to listen to and to connect with her. She's one of my favorites to work with. And I even have prayer flags in honor of her. So yes, we have increased awareness, higher learning, opening your heart, transcendence, and protection. I hope you enjoyed this message. And if you enjoyed it, please share it with someone that you love and care about. And please like and subscribe.